Hey there! You ready to dig in? You want to know what makes Bob Dylan's Like a Rolling Stone so legendary. And trust me, we're going way deeper than just surface level here. We're talking about a song that didn't just hit number one, it practically ripped up the rule book and said, here's how it's done. We've got the lyrics themselves to unpack, plus a whole stack of background on the impact this thing had. Because believe me, this wasn't just another song on the radio.
It's fascinating, isn't it? We're not cracking a secret code here. The lyrics are out there, everyone can hear them, but it's the context, the musical choices, even the feeling you get when it hits you. That's where like a Rolling Stone goes from a song to like an event.
Okay, so set the scene for us. 1965, what's the music scene even like? Are we talking poodle skirts and sock hops still? Or is something else brewing?
Think about it. Radio was king, right? And to get airtime, you had to be catchy, upbeat, and short, definitely short. Love songs were everywhere. The kind that clocked in under 3 minutes, perfect for a little spin around the dance floor. Then Dylan comes along. This guy, he'd already made a name with folk music, but with like a Rolling Stone. He drops a 6-minute epic. It was like a punch to the gut of the music industry.
6 minutes. Whoa. Okay, so not afraid to break the mold. Got it. But what's with this steady hatred Dylan mentioned feeling while he wrote it? Was this like a breakup song on steroids disguised as a cultural anthem or what?
See, that's where it gets really interesting. Yeah, on the surface, sure, you could read it as a breakup song, plenty have. But to me, to box it in like that, it misses the bigger picture. Dylan himself said the song was about a very specific kind of anger, this feeling of being lied to. And it wasn't about one lost love. It was about a whole system, a way of life that just wasn't ringing true anymore.
Okay, I'm picking up what you're laying down. So, bigger than just one person's heartache, it's about that feeling, that universal feeling of being disillusioned. We've all felt that sting, right? That moment when you realize, wait a minute, things aren't what I thought they were.
Exactly. And that's where these lyrics, they just hook different. When Dylan sings about Miss Lonely, she's not just some heartbroken girl. She's become like this symbol. Think about it.
Yeah.
We've all felt that sting of loneliness, that sense of being on the outside looking in. He's tapping into something much, much deeper.
And he's not exactly mincing words either. I mean, you used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud.
Hmm.
That's brutal. It's like he's calling out hypocrisy straight up.
Right. And he takes us on this journey, too. These incredibly vivid images. The chrome horse, the diplomat. This isn't your typical love song stuff. This was a commentary on society, on the hollowness of chasing status and wealth.
And that line, man, that line always gets me. The princess on the steeple and all the pretty people, they're drinking, thinking that they got it made. It's like he's saying even those at the top, living the supposed dream, they're just as lost as anyone, right?
Absolutely. That's Dylan's genius right there. He peels back the layers, shows us that chasing after this superficial success, it can leave you empty.
Like, hey, wake up, people. Money and status aren't everything.
Mm.
True fulfillment, it's got to come from somewhere else.
And what's wild is, you're talking about a very specific time, right? But that feeling, that disillusionment, that search for meaning, people still feel it today. You know what I mean?
Totally. So how did people react back then? Was it an instant hit, this song? Or did it take a minute for people to catch on to what Dylan was doing?
I mean, think about it. Like a Rolling Stone was like nothing anyone had ever heard on the radio. It was raw, it was poetic,
Yeah.
almost jarring in its honesty. But sometimes that's what people need, that jolt. It became an anthem, this song, especially for young people who felt like they were being sold a lie about what life was supposed to be.
So we've talked about the lyrics, the context, but what about the music itself? How did Dylan's musical choices match up with this message of breaking free from all the conventions?
Well, it's not just what he said, right? It's how he said it. Dylan was already known for folk music, but with like a Rolling Stone, he brings in this raw, electric energy. It was folk tradition, but with this rock and roll rebellion mixed in. And it created this sound, familiar but totally new at the same time.
And the recording sessions, man. Didn't he bring in Mike Bloomfield for that? Amazing blues guitarist?
He did. And get this. He tells Bloomfield, no B.B. King licks. Straight up. He didn't want to just copy what was popular, you see. He wanted something fresh, something raw, something that matched the emotion of the lyrics.
So instead of copying, he innovates, creates a sound that's totally his own.
Exactly. And you hear it in the song structure, too. This isn't your typical verse-chorus pop song.
Yeah.
Take the verses in, like a Rolling Stone, for example. They just keep rolling on. Building on each other, mirroring that feeling of being unmoored, adrift, and then that organ riff. Bam. like a wave crashing over you, adds to the drama, the intensity.
It's like the music itself is a runaway train, perfectly captures that feeling of being a rolling stone.
Precisely. And that's another reason this song has lasted.
Yeah.
It's not just catchy or clever with the lyrics. It's an experience. Listening to Like a Rolling Stone, every element from those biting lyrics to the rhythm to that organ, it all works together. Creates something unforgettable.
It's like he's scoring a movie in your head, not just singing. Okay, but legacy time. This song, it blew up, no question. But was it just a moment?
Mm.
Or did Like a Rolling Stone really change music forever?
Oh, it changed everything. Before this song, 6 minutes long, raw emotion, social commentary, poetry, forget it. Radio wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. But Dylan, he just blew the doors wide open.
So he gave permission almost, like, hey, it's okay to experiment, to go deep, to be honest.
Exactly. Suddenly, artists saw you could write about real life, the good, the bad, all of it. And you can connect with people on a whole other level.
Huh.
It wasn't just love songs and dancing anymore. It was about using music to really explore what it means to be human. And honestly, that's a legacy that's still going strong today. Think about all the artists who follow Dylan,
Yeah.
pushing boundaries, mixing genres, writing songs that are like stories, poems even.
Amazing how one song can do all that.
Oh.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here on Like a Rolling Stone, what's the one thing you hope our listeners take away? What's that aha moment?
For me, it's that reminder. Art has power, you know? Power to challenge, to inspire, to change things. Dylan could have played it safe, but he didn't. He poured his heart into this song, broke all the rules, and created something incredible. And in doing that, he didn't just give us a great song. He gave us a whole new way to think about music, about society, about ourselves even.
Sometimes we need that shakeup. So, to everyone listening, we've unpacked the history, the lyrics, the sound, but now it's your turn. Go back and listen to Like a Rolling Stone again. Let those words hit you. Feel that energy. And ask yourself, what does this song mean to you today, right now? Because great art speaks across generations. And Dylan, he created a masterpiece, no doubt about it.